Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show, The Strange Reality with Dave Emmons, and glad to have you back on the show. And we have a return guest, and his guest, he's got a guest with him tonight. And you liked a lot of his pictures last time we had him on the show, and we'll get into that. But I just wanted to say that actually my shows have been slowed down because of the election process. I mean, that took about 2 days of oxygen out of the room, for a lot of people that were following the elections and things like that. So I kind of backed off on doing a show, but I put one out the other day, uh, after the election and everything. But now it's time to get back in the routine. But then after that, I might be going on another a radio station, and I will tell people what that station might be. But I'll do one show a week, but I'll have an average of one show a week with this show that I'm doing, A Strange Reality, and everybody on Facebook can keep up with what's going on. But I'm really glad having this guy back after all this stress about the election. And then I
Ah,
had to get my wife off onto
God.
it, send her off to Philippines this past Monday, and we had to get up 3 o'clock in the morning, get her there for TSA and all this other stuff. And that's a hassle at the airports. Anybody who travels on a plane, man, it's a killer. I mean, for older people, especially like me, I mean, yeah, I'm old, okay, let's say it. But you go to the airport and you get in there and you got to walk about 5 miles to get to your terminals, and
Yeah.
you got to go through the TSA, and they just about strip you down. And if you're like me, I always have these orange round spots show up on my body when they put you through that one thing that goes around you. And
Huh.
every time I do that, they stop me, pull me off to the side, almost take everything off that I got, and they just pat me down, and I say, "What do you guys see in those orange balls?" And they look at me kind of strange, like they don't want to tell me. I said, you know, I was going to tell them. I said, "Those are ET." And,
Oh yeah.
I got implants, in my hands and stuff. I said, "That's ET energy." Then what do you think the TSA would say? They'd look at me and they say, "Okay, buddy, you go in another room, a padded room
Yeah,
here."
right.
Yeah, that's that. With what's going on in today's world, you don't have, like maybe it's for entertainment purposes. You don't have First Amendment rights anymore. Really, if you say something, then they hold you to it. Especially, you cannot joke with TSA people. I know that from I wore an ankle bracelet with a sock for a 13-hour flight, and that really killed her on a bad back and a leg and stuff. So when I got there, the TSA, this guy, I think he just did it for meanness. He made me strip off my sock and everything, and I can't put it back on. You can't do it in the airport. So, and I looked at him and I couldn't say nothing. And there's another guy standing beside me that was kind of helping me through, and he looked at me like, "Don't say nothing." And I was getting pissed. But if you say something to TSA, you're in trouble. So they'll do
Right.
anything they can to aggravate you. But they have the power and the control, and that's sad in a way because things have gotten out of hand there. But we do have to have security. We do want that plane to be safe, so we have to do the basic things. But they don't have to do it with rudeness. They can do it with their professionalism.
With kindness.
Yes, and I got this guest. I know you guys liked him last time. He showed a lot of good pictures, and we got some pictures to show tonight. And his name is Jason Albertson, if you remember that. And he's a dynamic driven trainer. He has trained over 5,000 soldiers in multiple areas of operations, expert coordinator, multiple assets used in over 24 training of 5,000 soldiers. And so he was a trainer. He was awarded the Bronze Star for bravery under enemy fire. He served in Iraq, and he had a volunteer service medal for helping develop the soldiers to students program within El Paso, Texas. And he's got a long list of things that he's done in the military and his professional experience in Berwick, Pennsylvania, May 20th to
Yay.
present. Yeah. So
My
that's
hometown.
yeah, he's doing that now. That was Tammy just speaking out, our guest, our Jason's guest. Actually, well, she's my guest now
Yeah.
since she's on the show. So
Yeah.
we'll have to share her, Jason. Yeah.
Yeah.
How you doing there, son?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay. And he's actually been past MUFON, Pennsylvania State Section Director, Area Number 3. And in El Paso, I guess January 2010 to February 2013. He's been with MUFON. So he has some training with pictures and things of that nature. And but I've never had much luck with MUFON. I don't know about Jason. I don't know if he'd even want to say. He was a radiation safety officer, and he was at Fort Bragg, North Carolina, Dexheim, Germany, Hanau, Germany, Hanau, Germany,
Handout, yeah.
and Anaconda, Iraq. Anaconda. I never heard of that. Anaconda, Iraq. That's a big snake place, huh?
Yeah, it's LSA Anaconda.
Okay, but you've served in the military. Thank you for your service. Looks like you've done a lot of work there, and
Yes, sir.
what you're doing now, and what
Thank
you
you, son.
move on. The move on thing. Also, he worked in that, so he has a little bit of expertise there. Now we're going to get to his guest and my guest. I guess she's my guest second. Jason's guest first. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, and
Well, thank you both.
her name is Tammy Garrison, and she has a history of I guess things that she's seen and heard, and she's a ghost hunter, and she began at the age of 9 years old, started having ghost experiences, radios tuning in on themselves, and I have that now, but I think sometimes I'm drunk when that happens. So she has numerous experiences with ghosts, and we might talk about that a little bit. But tonight we got some pictures she wants to show, black shadow figures. I've seen those, and also she's got pictures. Like I said, she's going to show us and explain. She'll explain the pictures as Jason brings a file up, and he'll pull them up and show them. And then we'll go over her experiences, and then we'll ask Jason about some of his new experiences. And I got a list of them right here. We'll talk to him about. And actually, Tammy is an Instacart shopper now. She's semi-retired. She's done great jobs in the past, and she's a ghost investigator. So that's the two of them. Summing it up, Jason, you first, buddy. What's new with you? Anything new?
Well, let me tell you, I am working on a very, very nice case with MUFON right now, and it's going places. This one is really going places.
Really? That's great. That sounds really good. Is this some of your work that you're presenting to MUFON?
Yes. Well, not my work. It is. It's Tammy Garrison. She came to me, and she showed me these photos, and we went through authenticating them as we do through. It doesn't matter whether I know the person or not. I still authenticate the same. I authenticated the photos. They weren't edited. They weren't anything, and I took them to MUFON and I took them farther. And now it seems that MUFON actually wants me to become a STAR team member. Uh,
Oh, that's great. That's
I'm
great.
going to be taking the course for that because they want me to start investigating portals and abduction experiences.
And I imagine you're going to make a lot of money off of MUFON with those pictures, right?
Ooh, let me tell you.
If you're like me on podcasts, I don't make any money. I do
I
I do this to
I was
enlighten people.
I was just amazed. Like these pictures that she was showing me, it just blew my mind.
Yeah.
It really did. Um, let's I can bring up here, share my screen, I
Well, I
guess.
want to bring this up too. Did these events, I'm going to read them off, and Jason
Yeah.
can come up with them. And Tammy, I'm sure Jason's going to bring you in here pretty soon. But you got a list of things that occurred. Did this occur during the same time Tammy got these pictures and these events
Yes.
happened? Okay, let's go October 17th. You had an orb, and it was over your house.
Yes.
And then October 18th, a black Chinook helicopter flew over your house.
Yes.
October 20th, an orb flies over your house. October
Yes.
21st was followed by a black suburban SUV with
Yes.
Paris license plates. Could we stop and you can explain that? And then
Yes.
and then
Um, so I've been having experiences here at my house. Let me actually share my screen here.
and of course
Okay.
you're on October 22nd, your wife's account got hacked. And of course,
Yes.
yeah, that's both of your accounts because you got both your names on your email. Yeah, my account has been played with too, and everybody on Facebook has been messed with lately. Okay, explain what you're seeing there, and let's go from there.
All right, let me turn down the volume on this. Well, hopefully it'll not turn down the volume on my. All right, can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay,
Yep.
You're
so
you're
this
doing good.
this is the orb that passed over my house. As you can see, I'll pause it here in certain places. You can see like there's a circle within a circle.
Yeah. Yes, I see.
And
Yeah. Even with my blind eyes, I can see that. Yes.
yeah, and this thing danced around the sky. It was becoming like one, two, it was splitting, becoming one and two, and it came right over my house.
It was over your house. Okay, that's the one
Yeah.
mentioned in this little list. Okay. Did you feel anything? Any energy off of it or anything? Your hairs on your
I,
arm
I
stand up?
the only thing that I felt was the urge to go to the window and look up. And then when I did, that's when I saw what I thought was a star, and then it started moving. And I just couldn't explain it. And then I was like, okay, well, I got the picture of that. And then the second one actually went over my house a couple days later. And let me bring that one up here as well.
Why do you think you're having all this like the black Chinook helicopter and of course the orbs are have something to do with ETs, but the black Suburban with Paris license plates. This is Paris, the country.
Yes, I had Paris license plates. Here's the Chinook that was actually over my house.
Okay. Are you in a military base zone or
I actually am not. I am actually in Berwick, Pennsylvania. There's no military bases near here except for there is reservist base for the military police, but that's in Ashley, PA.
okay. How did you know those were Paris license plates on that black Suburban? Did you see them?
Because I had the video of it.
Oh, okay. And they drove up to your house?
Yes, this is the first one right here.
It's down.
That looks
Drove
white.
right up to my house there.
That looks white.
Yep. Nope, that was a different one that drove up. So
Okay.
that was the one. And then the one that followed me, let me get it brought up here.
Did you get their plate numbers?
I am trying to run it through right now because here it is. So right there is the person who actually was in behind me, and I got behind him. And I started chasing him down the street because I was like, I'm gonna get this license plate. But as you can see, you really I'm trying to run it through like my friend is doing video and audio or video trying to make it clearer, but
Mm-hmm.
that's as best as I could get it through a window, you know what I mean?
Yes, I know what you're talking about. Sometimes you got to get what you can get, you know.
But I mean, you can
Yeah,
see, back here clearer than you can in the front.
right. I imagine you can blow that up. Have you tried to blow it up and try to pick out the license plates, or did it pixelate?
I have, but it becomes pixely. That's why I went to a friend of mine to go ahead and try to enhance the quality of it.
I know some people have asked me about pictures, and I put a couple of pictures up my brother has taken, and they asked me, said, why couldn't you get a clearer picture? Well, when these things happen, they happen all of a sudden, and it's just like this car here. You had a GoPro or what's kind of camera, your phone camera that you was taking. You have
Yeah,
to get what you can get when you can get it. That's
and
that's
then once the second orb flew over my house, which is right here, I can actually show it to you because it's right there.
okay. That was kind of like a little bit distance away from you.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then I zoomed in on it.
There. It looks like the one. Yeah, it looks like the one you showed a
There
while.
it is. Yep. And it's just it's dancing.
Yeah.
It's literally dancing around the sky. My phone is actually steady on the windowsill right now. So what you're seeing is not my phone moving.
Okay. It's showing you it's not an airplane.
Yes.
It's showing you it's not a helicopter. You could,
Yes.
yeah. So it's actually showing itself to you. And Why do you think this is happening to you? I know you've been in you showed a bunch of pictures last time we were on the show
Yes.
months ago, and a lot of people liked them, and I know that you have a lot of activity. Do you think that's what's drawing these black Suburbans and the helicopters over your house? They're trying to keep track of you. And I think every time you show these pictures on the internet, like this show here, you can probably get hacked again.
Well, you know what, Dave? I would rather get the truth out there than have them try to silence me.
Right. Well, I get hacked too, buddy. My Facebook profile was hacked a few days ago, but I changed my password for that. That's simple. But there are some hacks that you can't get that account back.
Oh yeah, I know. My wife's bank account got hacked into, and I wow.
Wow, somebody's messing with you, buddy. And
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
Well, it has to do with the new case that we're actually working with MUFON right now,
okay,
with Tammy Garrison. It's huge. It's
okay,
huge.
wow, okay. Do you have any other new photos to show? I mean, that was now that
Oh,
black SUV didn't pull up. Did it pull up in front of your house?
no, the black SUV was following me actually around Berwick, Pennsylvania. And then when I actually got on the side of the road, that's when it flew past me and was like it was speeding up, trying to get past me.
Right. Well, I've been followed this past few months, and I finally went to the police department and said, "This is the time they were following me, and this is the truck, and this is the color." And the police just kind of looked at me, and their eyes got big like a deer in a headlight, and they don't know what to do with it. And
No,
I give them even a phone number of one person who texts me, and they can't track them numbers down. There
nope.
there's sometimes you have to be in the federal government with either with the FBI or some of those the people that you might know that might be able to blow that license plate number up for you. Those are
Now,
those are the talents we need, to do this stuff.
oh yeah. Now here's one of the pictures that Tammy Garrison captured outside of her house, just taking a photo, and I'm about to blow it up now.
Okay.
Uh, doesn't matter what it's photo. Always. All right. About to blow it up now and show you. See this right here.
What is that the object?
Yes.
It looks like a cube.
It flew right past her house. And I'll let her explain, this picture right here.
It looks like a cube. And they've been talking about cubes, that people have
Yes.
seen cubes here lately. And they think that could be some kind of invasion. I don't know, but stir up anything. That looks like a face in the clouds up there with a bright with a nose and two eyes.
Huh.
That,
Yeah.
yeah, it does. That could be a ghost, Tammy. But
Well, I've had my share of experiences with them.
okay, Jason just told you to go ahead and start narrating the picture of what you saw and what you heard or what you sensed.
With
Well,
this
when there's a full moon, I always try to go out and get pictures of the moon. I like the clouds, I like the structure, and I like what we see in them sometimes. And well, there was a section of those pictures there that I took together, and it was like each one was different.
Okay, I see a head and an eyeball, and it looks like almost a reptilian.
with this.
Right
Yes.
there, right there. It
Yep.
looks like a reptilian face and eye, and you can't see the other eye because it's on the other side of the head there. That's a reptilian.
It's
Well,
almost
I
like it's almost like they're showing you like this is our ship.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
and it was go ahead, I'm sorry.
What did you see in this picture? Did you see a face or a pilot in there, like Tammy?
Uh in which part? The moon or down
That
below?
right there. We're talking about this picture
No, we
there.
kind of thought we saw a face in there.
Yeah, that's it. That's a reptilian face. I can almost
Yep,
identify that. See the humps on the top of the head and the eyes?
Yep.
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 Yep. I see
Yes.
it too.
All I was doing was taking pictures of the moon. I was surprised to see this extra stuff.
That's a remarkable picture. I'm telling you,
Thank
it's
you.
almost like that turkey picture, what, some 6, 7 years ago, where they had these two pilots, two little grays in the pilot seats. This here is a reptilian in the pilot seat.
Wow.
What was that dark oval thing next to it? Could you go back to that, Jason? I want to
Yep.
talk about what was on the side of him. Could you blow that up anything right there? What is that dark? And that's right there.
I have no idea. I'm guessing it's a glyph.
Yeah.
I
It,
have no idea. I wasn't even, that's not what I was focused on. It
that,
was just there, like some
yeah.
of my pictures.
Okay. That there's not a pilot there. It doesn't seem, unless it's a small gray, but that's a reptilian looking thing right there.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. And I don't know if you guys noticed that, but I caught on to that because I've had pictures of videos of reptilians in my house, and that's what they kind of look like. And I saw one in person in a holographic form in my bedroom. And
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
yeah,
that's amazing.
it looks like a cobra in the face. So yes,
Oh,
I'd say that's an amazing picture. I like that one.
thank, thank you.
Need to do something with that with her, Jason.
All right, this one right here, she took a picture outside the house and it looks literally like there is a force field over her house.
Yeah, the green area to the left. That
This and this.
okay, yeah. Yeah, there's a round. Yeah, I can
Oh,
see it now. Yeah, it's an arc like right over the house.
yeah.
Yes, I wasn't expecting that either. I was just outside trying to get some pictures of the sky.
Okay, did that happen in the same sequence as this reptilian driving this
Um,
bike?
this here is in my home in Smith River. Now, this
Oh,
was a couple years ago.
that's different then. Okay.
All right, let's see here. She actually caught a hand. That's outside her window, by the way.
Oh wow, that is a hand.
We thought it looked like a some kind of a like a snake from the other side. I was trying to get some pictures around the neighborhood here,
That looks like an
but
arm. That looks like an arm too. With the elbow up there. Okay,
Yeah.
are you in a forest area, wooded area?
well, I have forest around me, yes, but
Has,
I'm in a little RV park.
has there been any Bigfoot seen in that area?
You know, I really don't know about that, though. Some of the areas around me, like Klamath, maybe
This
up the.
yeah. This was outside of your window when you got this picture?
This was outside, pretty much right off my porch.
Oh wow. That looked like a Bigfoot hand and
Yeah,
arm.
that right there is kind
Yeah.
of freaky too. I have no idea where that one come from, but it was in my photos when I checked them.
Okay, where was this picture taken?
That would have been taken in Smith River, which is down between. It's. I lived in a like a mobile home park at the mouth of the Smith River and the Pacific Ocean.
Okay, now where was this taken at? Was it taken at your house or out in your yard or
This
where?
was taken. No, this was taken um, down by where it used to be a restaurant, going down towards the ocean. There had been a couple murders there.
Oh, okay. That looks like a ghost figure then. I would, yeah, because you can see the head and it's turned and looking at the camera, and you can
Uh,
see an arm and you can see, I guess it's setting back or setting down. It could be
Yeah, there was a murder that took place there that I was aware of, like in the early 70s, and I think maybe 4 or 5 people had been shot and killed.
right. What was this thing setting on? This ghost looking thing. What was it setting on there? What is that? Or is it
I
in?
want to say um, maybe, well, if I can picture the hotel, there would be a hotel there, maybe one of the banisters that had gone around it or something. I'm really not sure, but it looks like I had taken that down at the bottom of the basement where there was 2 people that had been shot.
Yeah. And what is that light there to the side? Is that your camera flash?
I'm really not sure about that. I
Yeah.
would say it probably would be.
Okay, now there's some fogginess around it that kind of looks like a portal type thing. Could that, if that's not your camera flash, in which it could be, I'm not trying to say it's not.
Well,
You
I
do,
used my phone, so I usually I well, of course, though they do have a flash on it,
uh,
but I
Jason, blow that picture up with the light and it's around. See this kind of fuzziness around that light. That
yes,
that kind of looks like a portal in a
Like this
way.
right here, yeah.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a portal. That's where this ghostly figure come from. I would, I would call that my guess would be that's a ghostly figure you caught. So your ghost investigations have panned out on this one. The other picture looked like kind of a Bigfoot standing outside your window.
Mhm.
And then your first
Wow.
one looked like a reptilian flying a cubed ship. So,
Wow.
so you're getting a variation. To me, that's my guess. Okay. It's just a guess. I'm not a professional, analytical photographer or anything, but,
Here's a newer photo that she took. It was October 17th of 2024 at 8:30 p.m.
okay. That is there's the orb. Okay. What's that bright? Is that that?
That's the sun, I believe, going down.
Okay. And that on the side, is that the moon maybe? Could it be?
I don't think that's
I really kind of thought that was the moon. The bigger, I thought
This
that's
one?
what I was getting.
It looks
Yeah,
dark. It doesn't look like the sun because everything's dark around.
right. It looks, I believe that was the picture I was trying to get, was the moon outside. It was to be a full moon that night.
Hey, what date was this? What time of year?
This was just taken last month.
October 17th,
Okay.
2024.
It gets darker a little quicker now. And what time was this you took this?
Um,
It was 8:30.
8:30 in the evening.
Yep, 8:30 p.m.
The sun shouldn't be that high in October, I don't think. I
right.
don't.
No, I thought it was the moon. I
Wow.
love
That's
to go
why I
out and
was
get the picture.
looking.
That could
But
be the moon right there, and then this thing here could be an orb.
I'm thinking the little round thing was the orb.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
this
Right.
one?
Yeah, and the
Okay.
bright spot could be the moon. Did you have was there a full moon that night, Jason? You know of?
Yes.
Yeah, there was.
There was. Okay, that's probably the moon there, and your
Okay,
camera
so it'd be this right
that would
here.
be right there. That would be the obstacle. Or what is that thing that Jason? You might know more about this. You're into this aeronautical stuff. That you're talking about that we're going to have a two moon situation for a few days. Could that be the second moon situation they're talking about? That it's some kind of a meteor that's supposed to be visiting us, and it looks like a second moon. I never saw it, but I heard about
Well, from my understanding, it's not going to be that big, and you have to actually see it with a telescope,
it.
not
Okay,
not a
okay,
phone.
okay, all right. Now that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for
Yeah, you got
facts.
to see that with a telescope. It's not big enough to see with the naked eye.
Yeah, I'm not an analyst or anything, but I can ask questions about
Oh
how
yeah, of
to.
course.
And so yeah, this is that. Then we're kind of thinking that this is weird. Then that's odd. It shouldn't be, and it's not a star. It's too big a
No.
star.
No, it's too big.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, and then now we're going to be getting into something that is huge. Okay, this is the reason why my computer got hacked. I get followed. This is the reason. This is the first photo taken October 30th, 2024 at 1:15 in the morning.
Wow.
Now, let's zoom in. What we have here is we have a portal opening into our dimension. They're busting into our reality right here.
Okay. And what is that orange spot? What is that?
That is their portal that they have to take into this world to take someone.
Okay, but where's the opening to the portal? Is that big bright spot?
Yes,
Okay, and the orange spot comes in behind it, I guess,
in front of it.
in front of it. Okay.
It has to, it's pulling her through.
Oh, okay. Now see if you can blow. Oh, this. Okay, that does look like a woman.
That's
It,
a person with her arms back,
yeah, and it looks like a blonde-haired woman, right?
long hair.
Blonde,
Yeah, either blonde or maybe red.
right? And yeah, red and blonde would show up like that in the light. But which she's wearing a red top.
Yeah, and then and also the black pants.
Okay.
Now, this is the photo that I keep getting followed on. I get hacked on. My computer got hacked on. They did not want me to get this information out, and I am getting this information out so that people know the truth.
This is wild. I like this.
Well, there's two pictures that I have that went with that
Yes,
photo right there.
this
oh,
this is the first one, and
No, that's the second one.
let's
hold on, hold
let's
on.
don't say this person's name, but do you guys know who this is?
No, but
No.
here's the best part. So I researched, and anybody could research this that they want, and I'll even give it to you down here. October 30th, 2024, 1:15 a.m.
That would be the first picture. See?
Yeah.
Yes,
Or no,
that's
that's
the
the
first
second one.
picture that she took right here. Now, the funny thing is that we have 6 female girls that have disappeared just that night.
Oh, wow.
So it could be any one of those 6, and that's why we're narrowing it down as we speak.
Okay.
But
Are there police reports on these disappearances?
yes, and I'm about to bring them up as well too.
Okay.
Here is the second picture.
Is
There's no
That's the third
girl.
picture.
Yeah.
That would be the third
Yeah,
picture.
there's no girl, but she's in
You can see her kind of going through it.
portal,
Yeah.
and she's not down here anymore.
Yeah. That's okay. Yeah. She's moving up into it. Now, you say there's police reports on these 6 girls that have been missing. And what time period are we talking about?
Same day. It would be the
Okay.
next day. It would be October 31st because they have to wait 24 hours to report the missing.
Right. And did you get a copy of the list from the police?
I sure did. I have them here on my screen.
Well, if the police released them, you can release them.
There's one.
There's public knowledge. And who is this? And
This is age 14, female, white, black hair, brown eyes, 5'5", 140, disappeared from Portland.
okay. That's the age
That's one.
the age they look for reproducing hybrid.
Here, let me get back
Oh,
here.
there's the tic tac.
Yeah, I got that's the first actual picture that was ever photographed from a military jet of a Tic Tac.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, it's not all. I saw one night. It was really bright. It was really lit up really bright and it was following me along the highway. And that was one of the ones I saw, but that was the only one that I saw kind of at a distance. I couldn't make out the structure, but the other ones I saw, I could make out the structures on them. But
Yeah,
that's a good picture. Yeah.
yeah. Then now this is the first girl. The second girl here is 15, black hair, brown eyes, 5'2", Portland. Same thing, disappeared. Same night, 10/31, 2024.
Wow. Where
Next one.
did you know where they started from? Were they in their houses or were they out and about?
See, that's what we have to narrow it down. We got the 6 people that disappeared that night, and now we're going to narrow it down by what they were wearing, and then find out if we can match it to the person in the photo. If we
Yeah.
can't, how would you really go about going to somebody's house and saying, "Oh, I know where your daughter is"? You think they'll believe me?
Yeah. Have you explained this to the police?
I have not, and I don't even know how to begin. We just got these photos verified, and we're not sure exactly what to do with it right now because
Here's the problem with that, Jason. If you go to the police, since it's missing persons, they're going to turn it over to the FBI,
well, yeah,
and you know what's going to happen then.
then we'll be investigating.
Yeah, you will be investigated,
Well, yeah.
and the whole thing will disappear probably.
See, that's why I wanted to get this out there because these pictures.
Okay, did you get a description of any of the 6 that had the red top, the dark pants, and maybe the reddish or the blonde hair?
Yes.
Okay, where's that at? Could you bring that description up? I can't see these descriptions too well. They're not, yeah, they have to be blown up a little higher, but then they pixelate.
All
Okay.
right. So how's that?
Is this the one that you said has the red top?
That's the first one. Hold on. These are all 6 that disappeared that night.
Okay.
All right. Black hair, brown eye, 5'5", 140. Then we go to the next one. This one has black hair again, white, brown eyes, 5'2", 90, Portland. The
Wow.
next one,
They're all
red.
from the same town, all from the same town.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Red, 14 years old, age 14, sex female, white, red, or auburn hair,
Okay, there we go.
hazel eyes, 5'2", 100 pounds. Grants Police Department. This is another county next to it.
Wow. So that might be the one that's in the picture.
Then we have another one.
Okay.
25, female, American Indian, red or auburn, brown, 5'5", 130, Medford, right next to it, same county, right
How,
next to that county.
and how old is she?
She is 25,
And what
130.
and what was she wearing? Did they describe her what she wore?
That's what we have to narrow it down. We got to go through, grab a picture of the last picture that was seen with these people. And then after that, we narrow it down to if we do have someone in that picture going through that portal.
Okay. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, as long as you don't mention any names and you know, then you're going to be okay. You're going to be safe. You don't want any lawsuits or anything like that. I'm just saying
Oh,
that's, you know, uh, this is for educational purposes only. We're not going into the individual people or the names, but this is phenomenal. I think those 6 young women disappearing, especially 14 to 25, and that's what they call birthing years. And
Jason, if you were, oh, I'm sorry. I just wanted to say something, if I may.
yeah,
Jason, those 2 pictures that you're showing, okay? There's another one that I sent with you, and if you were to show that one, you could actually see before we see the girl in the second one, and then go through. But you can actually see the red where it's opening up to a portal.
trying to see if I have that now in here.
It should have sent all 3 of them.
I don't have that one in this thing, I don't think. Hold on.
Okay.
But we have it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You guys have it. I know. It's this one, and then there's one before this one that shows it before it even opened.
Right.
I had to
Okay. Well, then
find
I'll have to send that one to you because that kind of goes. That's to me, it was very amazing when I realized that we thought that's what we had
Oh, yeah.
because you can see it opening and then you see the girl going up and then you see her going through the tube.
is that the beginning of it?
No, this is
Yes.
another photo as well.
Oh yeah, this one here is another one.
Another one, what? Another
It looks like a
portal?
UFO.
Oh, UFO. Okay. What's that bright thing up on top?
That's what was coming over my house the night the shield was put over it.
Okay, can you make out Jason, take a look at this. It looks like a saucer dome and a line goes around it. It looks like it's hidden in the clouds. It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
cloaking itself in clouds, but you can see the round dome and then you can see the rim of it
Yep.
going around through right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I've
do.
been saying that.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
Okay.
at the
Huh.
bottom, there's a rounded thing at the bottom. It looks like the bottom of the craft. It could be their propulsion system they have dropped down. But yeah, you can see the saucer shape just as plain, and it's cloaking itself in clouds. Great,
Yep.
great picture.
Thank you. I had a few more that went with that. You could actually see, as it was moving, you could actually see these white things coming off it, like they were angels or something, like getting off the saucer in the air.
Now, what I'm saying is my analysis is not professional. So I'm making an amateur analysis of the pictures, but I'm seeing, and you guys see the same thing I'm seeing, right? I mean,
Yes.
the saucer shape and Jason with MUFON, he knows this stuff.
Bringing this one up here too. She took this picture here. And it looks like she caught a UFO right here.
Right there.
Tammy, I thought you were supposed to be a ghost investigator, but you got the best UFO pictures I've seen in a long time.
Oh, thank you so much.
Oh.
They're different.
They are.
We were just driving home one day from the beach, and I happened to look up and I snapped that picture. I don't know why, it just caught my attention.
That looks like it's got like tentacles sticking out around the craft, and the craft in the center. It looks like, you know, it's there's a solid craft there, but I don't know what those tentacles are that
I
stick.
don't know what that is.
Well, there's been craft that they've seen that looked like that, that had, the arms sticking out and stuff.
Could
Uh,
it be an organic craft?
it could be, uh, you know, uh, I don't think,
Shape shifting.
I don't even think expert analysts can actually tell you
No.
100% truth about these pictures. But what I'm saying is since I have a consciousness about these things and I've seen things, UFOs before, I can tell you that some of these things that I'm seeing, I'm observing certain things that come straight out to me.
Oh yeah, of course.
Man, you guys got some good stuff here.
Thank you.
Let's see. Like an energy beam or energy kind of thing.
Where was that taken? Outside a window in the yard?
That was taken right outside my window. Yes.
Okay. And that's an energy beam. It looks like, yeah, it looks like some kind of a energy beam shot down. It's hitting the ground. It could be somebody teleporting in from a portal, maybe.
And then she took this one. It looks like a person, like a shadow figure.
Yes, it
Yes, I
teleported
caught
in.
that right next door to me, right the trailer right next door to me. I just thought that was awfully. I see a lot of this around me at night.
Yeah, this look like shadow. That looks like a there to the right there where you had your pointer. That looks like a head. Looks like a girl.
Hmm.
Looks like a girl with long hair, shoulders. You can see the torso and the head. Yeah, right.
That's your phone battery.
That's good.
And then this was actually taken by the house. Where was
That's
it?
my house right there. The one on
Yeah.
the closest one where that thing looks like it's crawling up the side.
Crawling up the side.
Something. I don't know.
Yeah, it looks like some kind of a plasma energy going up and then turning into around balls. I don't know.
I'm not sure either. It looks like maybe a plasma ball.
Tammy, I want to ask you about your ET experiences and UFO experiences. Have you ever been abducted, or do you know of being abducted, and why they might be showing themselves to you? Because there has to be some kind of a history with your experiences with the ETs and UFOs that you get these pictures like that. You got to consciously
I
open
don't
your
really
mind.
know if I was ever abducted.
Sometimes people don't know.
I don't really know why.
Um,
But
Watched it live.
Gurney Mac
yeah, we
and
noticed that I am being watched a lot at night, and I have been for years. But I really, to be honest, I really don't know.
yeah, we don't ever know why we're being watched or why we're being followed. And Jason, that he knows why, because he's putting these things out, and he has been followed. I've been followed and tagged, but not as much as Jason has, because I put these things out, and also I wrote a book with all my experiences. So that's out there, for
That's
everybody.
why I'm
I
trying to
just
get it
thought
out
people would
there.
think I was crazy.
Oh no,
You
definitely
know,
not.
It almost sounds like to me, guys, that you can put a book into that. That could be a book. Those six missing girls.
Yeah. Well, I do have also what we're looking into as well. Why I keep getting followed is there's actually a hidden base here in Pennsylvania. You can see where they covered it up.
Right. Now that is a satellite picture, right?
Yeah, this is off of Google Earth.
Okay.
This is about an hour to the west of, let me think, South Williamsport. It's up in the mountains of South Williamsport. If you come here, do you remember the photo that I showed you guys before with the skinwalker materializing?
Okay.
Tail, leg. It's coming out of this portal.
It looks like a couple of heads there with dark eyes. One with one dark eye you see, and the other two dark eyes.
Yeah, but it's coming out of this portal. Well, this building, that happened down here.
Okay.
I follow this road up and it disappears.
The road disappears.
There's no road.
Yeah.
Where'd the road go? Huh.
Yeah.
They took a green wash to the map and they just covered up the buildings.
Well, that happens all the time.
Yeah.
They're keeping a lot of stuff from us. And of course, like I said, this is educational and entertainment purposes. I know I don't need to say that too many times for the platforms because you're showing pictures and these are actual factual pictures. People can look at them and take what they want from them. But what I'm seeing, they're phenomenal pictures.
This is an AT&T. Okay, it's supposed to be AT&T phone company, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, when they park, they come in here and they park and they go underground.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's one of the facilities right there.
Yeah. Maybe the AT&T is just a cover.
It is. It's definitely a cover because if you're AT&T, where's your antenna?
Okay, I don't see any satellite dishes or any
No,
new towers either.
nothing.
No,
But it's labeled as an AT&T storage facility, and yeah, no, I don't think so.
what's those white lines, Jason? Is that
That's the symbol that they have down there on the helicopter pad for the AT&T.
okay?
And then they come up in here, like I said, and all they do is back up and they go right through here. There's the door.
No wonder you're getting a lot of action maybe in that area.
Yeah, and then here's the second picture. I can zoom in a little closer. You can see the actual door frame there.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is the reason why I keep getting followed, and you know, I like Tammy as well. You know, I have so many experiences. I have spirit creatures
Yeah.
that come all around me.
No, I've seen some of these pictures in the last show.
Yeah, and then you go up here in the corner. Look at this one. That is neat.
Yeah, it's got a circle around it like a little
Yes.
portal peeping.
With whatever that is, just peeking out.
Well, you know, we got dimensional things going on and we don't know, we can't figure those things out. We don't know if they're dimensional or you know, I know they're coming through portals. You know, most of the flying craft are coming through portals because they can't travel those long distances or they wouldn't want to. They're taking shortcuts.
The last thing I wanted to share real quick, if people also see this at night,
I've seen one of those up
this
close.
is yes, this is not a UFO. This is a TR-3B.
Yeah, but they do look like the UFOs.
Yes, they look like the rectangular UFOs that you guys are used to seeing, but this is actually secret military tech that they're using for anti-gravity.
Yeah, I saw one in 2011 that looked like that, shaped like that, the three lights. But you know what was hanging down at those lights? Those were glass globes. The globes
Yes.
were 15 feet long and about 5 or 6 feet wide. And that's what's hanging down from those lights. There
it
must be
is.
some kind of energy that they swirl around in those glass enclosures.
This is actually the U.S. patent on that craft. It says right here, a craft using an initial mass reduction device, meaning anti-gravity,
Yeah.
comprised of an inner resonant cavity wall, outer resonant cavity, microwave emitters. It's literally, it's telling you right there that the government has, invented anti-gravity.
Right.
And right there is the TR3B as far as the documentation goes. But yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. Yeah, that's we've heard a lot about the TR3B. They do exist.
Yes.
But the one I saw wasn't a TR3B. It was a massive ship that covered about 9 houses, a whole street, and it.
They cover it with the TR3B. It's like their cover story. Oh, it's ours.
Yeah, yeah. Not all of them. The one I saw wasn't one of ours, because it was over my house and it was in a neighborhood. And usually, military won't fly over neighborhoods too often.
Oh yeah, like, you know, over someone's house. I mean,
Yeah, because something happened technically, and they had a crash, and it crashed right around where people could see it. I don't think they'd want that. A lot of these test things are out in the desert. You know,
yeah, like there's one of the Chinooks that went over my house. And then there's the second picture. It's all black.
yeah, no insignias.
No, nothing.
Hmm, something. Well, I guess you guys are finished with this segment. But yeah, we got some good stuff. I mean, in a short period of time, and or less than an hour, 5 minutes will be an hour. And that's where you got
Yeah.
to be. In closing, guys, Tammy, let's go with you first. In closing, could you tell us your gut feelings with all these pictures and what happened and how you feel about them?
Well, I definitely feel like I'm being watched.
Yeah,
Uh, I I'm a little sometimes I kind of laugh it off, but I do get a little nervous once in a while.
sure. We all do.
You
We're all,
know,
we're all scared of
talking
it.
about the Lizartilian, right? The Lizartilian race.
Right.
We all know that can't sound too good,
Yeah,
you
they,
know.
yeah,
But
they
then
look
again, I believe that there's got to be good races,
yeah,
like there is humans.
right. What about the six
Uh,
girls
um,
disappearing? What's your thoughts about that?
well, I never when I sent them pictures to Jason, I never really thought anything of it. Just they were rather strange, and he did point out to me, and he only had the one picture, so it was the other two that I went back and looked at, and I realized that there was definitely something that someone was taken up and put onto a ship or wherever they go. Just because the first picture had one look, the second picture had the look of a young person, and then the third picture where she was actually going through the tube.
Yeah.
Um,
Has
so
any,
that does tell me
yeah,
it is possible.
yeah, any of these families come forward and say their daughters were missing?
Well, no, not to me. When Jason had brought to the attention of these 6 people or children, I did try to help out and look, but um, I really don't know how far I'm allowed to go with it without causing myself any legal troubles.
How about the local news? Have they have any reports of those missing girls, and have parents come forward and say, "Would you help us find our girls?" Anybody say
No,
that? Nothing.
no, I
So they're
um
keeping this
up
under
until
wraps.
tonight, nobody really seen these pictures
No,
This is the
except for
first
us.
time anybody's seen them.
they're keeping this under wraps. It looks like to me because they can't
Well,
explain.
I haven't really wanted to speak of anything yet until, well, I hear of Area 51, and I know how all these, you get to know too much, and, I don't want to end up missing myself.
Yeah.
But I would be more than willing to help out in any way possible.
Yeah.
I
Well,
know if my child was missing, I couldn't even imagine. I would want any help in any way, whether it's going through a portal and people think you're crazy. I mean, you never really know.
right. Well, I'm glad we got together and produced this video and put this collage of pictures together.
And also, if anybody's listening, and if they do want to reach out and they do want help, maybe their daughter did go missing that night in Oregon, they can reach out to myself. I'm in MUFON. I'm in Pennsylvania. They can reach out to my email, which is JAY dot NEPA dot or hold on. Let me make sure I get the email right so that
I, I
so
can
that I
put,
can give you the
I
right
can put it in a
email.
narrative when I release the video. I
Okay,
should
that's fine.
I should be releasing this in a day or two.
Okay. Yeah, so if anybody needs any help, then just reach out, he'll give my email out, and I will help you, any way I can if it has to go that way to find your daughter.
You know, with investigations, you would like to ask these family members, what has there been any weird things happen around the house?
That's another thing
Have
too.
you seen weird things? Has your daughters complained about weird things happening to them? Because
Yep.
you know they've had to have experiences before this was done. They
Yes.
they picked them out for some reason. They were chosen for some reason, and they had to have had some experiences before that happened. And the daughters must have been afraid or had some spooky experiences, and the parents could or might know something about it. Maybe that's why this is why it's not being talked about.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. I guess in closing, Jason, you have anything in closing to say?
In closing, I just want to thank you, Dave, for having me on the show again, and I'll be happy to come on again if you want me to.
Sure, we will. And I'd like to follow this story. I really would. If
Yes,
you
sir.
if you get more on this story, because this story could really go on the news media. I mean, they could pick this up. There's certain people on certain networks that can pick these stories up, and but the problem with it is you want to be able to go through the law first to find out what they know and how they know it, and what they know about the families.
That, and then how do you go about explaining to the family step by step, like how their daughter ended up somewhere else? Then you have to
Yeah.
try to scientifically give them answers, and that's what we have to do.
None of us are capable of that, Jason, even with
We
all
do
my
our
experiences
best.
and even with all your experiences. What you can do with that one picture, there's one picture that you can show to parents and say, does this look like your daughter with a red top, dark pants, and reddish or blondish hair? Does this look like your daughter? And that, oh, well, that's that the view. Those are,
David, I'd like to say thank you for having me on your show as well. I really
I think,
enjoyed
I think,
myself.
I think he just had the view on there and they're all ETs. There, that
um,
picture. It looks like a red top and, like you said, dark pants. And you can see her arm and her hair. She's got longer hair and she's either blonde or reddish hair. That's phenomenal. And I think if a parent saw that and said, that looks like our daughter, that would be fantastic. Uh,
I
it
would
would be
help them any way
amazing.
they needed.
okay. All right. Let's close out with that. And, we're at the hour that you guys wanted. We're right there, just about right on the minute. So I'm going to close out with this phenomenal show. I mean, we have something here that's going. I'm not saying that it's real. I'm not an expert. I'm not an analyst. I'm not even a law official. So that's up to the law department to figure out this stuff, not us. We can't go and announce names and actual houses or anything. That's against our. But what you've shown is within your legal, territory. You can show what you just showed, but we can't go any further in mentioning
No,
houses.
no, I just show what I have posted online, what was
Right.
posted already online.
I just wish the law would, maybe they would latch onto this, but you have to go through the scrutiny of this. But this is going to be out, so I'm sure it's going to draw some attention probably by this weekend.
All
So
right.
this is phenomenal, and well, I will close the show out then. You've been listening to Tammy. Let's see, and
Thank you, David.
uh, let me see what your I want to make sure that I get this right. Tammy Garrison
Yes.
and Jason Albertson.
Yep.
Jason Albertson is the lead investigator on this, and Tammy's the one who took those wonderful pictures. She's a ghost investigator, but looks like to me she took some great UFO pictures. That's really commendable. You're multitasking, Tammy. Thank you.
Well, hey, I get bored.
And Jason Albertson's been on the show before, and a lot of people liked his pictures, and I'm sure this is going to draw a lot of attention too. Jason Albertson and Tammy Garrison, thank you for being on the show. You've been
Thank
listening.
you very
Thank you,
much for having
David.
me.
Thank you. You listen to
God bless you.
That's what I'm here for, is to enlighten people. And I want to get people's stories out there. And Tammy, you're the story that I wanted to get out. And Jason wanted to get your story out because he saw something in this story and it is phenomenal. It's great.
Thank you so much. I'm glad to share.
Jason, Tammy, thank you. And good night to everybody, or good afternoon. This is Dave Emmons with the Strange Reality Show signing off. And we hope you like the show. Bye bye.